Hey guys, what's up? CT out in the garage. Today we're gonna mess around with this new die grinder that I picked up from Milwaukee. It's pretty cool. I've watched some videos on YouTube and guys that actually know how to use it and stuff have been messing around with it. It seems like a pretty cool alternative to using an air die grinder because you don't have the hose attached to you. Hopefully the reviews are true and it has the power, because I'm going to be needing it a lot on this project. We're going to start getting into the welding the first of the year. I've been kind of getting my feet wet with it. I finally got the welder up and running. If you saw a couple videos ago where I was doing some test welds, we'll do a couple more test welds today, hopefully, spot welds, because I haven't actually practiced my spot welds yet. That'll be a good practice session, and we'll use the die grinder to clean up the metal. What's going on in the shop, some updates. Obviously, if you saw the last video, you saw where I pulled out the front beam, the front axle, and there's some other stuff going on. Pretty exciting. 2020 is going to be awesome. Stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, let's check out this die grinder I picked up. It's an M12 fuel, battery powered, from Milwaukee. It's a 1/4 inch right angle die grinder. There are some pretty good demo videos on YouTube. This really isn't a review. This is just me sharing with you guys what I picked up. I needed to get a die grinder. I was considering getting the traditional air powered die grinders that most people use, and I came across this. If I can use battery power and I don't have to have a hose connected to it, it'd be a lot easier to maneuver. Hopefully it lives up to its name. Apparently it has 20% more power than pneumatic, which is impressive. It has 4 speed controls. Let's open it up and see what we got. Comes with a nice little case. I haven't used this yet, so this is a first for me and you. Okay, some directions, charger. This kit, you can buy the tool by itself, I think, or you can get the kit. I went ahead and got the kit with the 2 batteries and a charger. I also bought a couple extra batteries because I'm assuming you'll go through them pretty quick if you're doing some heavy duty work. There's the batteries. There's 2 of these. You know, I just thought if I'm gonna get one, let's try a battery powered one. Apparently it got good reviews, and that way I can pretty much take it anywhere and not have the hose attached to it. There it is. That's a nice looking unit. I purchased mine through Home Depot. I put it on my Home Depot card. No interest for 2 years or something like that. So for me, that was the way to go. I purchased some other tools as well that I'm going to need for doing restorations. But this unit looks pretty sweet. Apparently it's variable speed. Let's put a battery on it and see what we got going. I'm going to put these on charge. I've already got a couple other ones that I purchased that are already charged up. I think they're the same. Yep. All right, let's go ahead and put this battery in here. Okay, let's see. Why isn't it going all the way in? There we go. And it's got 4 speeds. Speed number 1 is 10,000 RPMs. Speed 2 is 15, speed 3 is 20, speed 4 is 24.5. That's pretty cool. And you have variable speed here. Let's see, what mode are we on? There we go. There's a little light, you can hardly see it, but it lights up. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're on 1. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. You can definitely hear a RPM change on all those. Pretty cool. Comes with a couple of wrenches so you can loosen the chuck and put your attachments in. All right guys, so I went on a bit of a shopping spree, a little early Christmas present to myself, I guess, but I wanted to be safe doing this. I went ahead and picked up some safety goggles. These are cool because they go over my glasses because I need to be able to see up close. I can see pretty good far away, but up close is not so great. I picked up this dust mask. This got pretty good reviews. I think this was like $24. I think these were like $15. I picked up this cutting kit here from Harbor Freight. This was like $4, I think. And all of these attachments I picked up. I think I paid $24 for all of these. So it seems like a pretty good deal. I mean, these should last for a while. And then the cutoff wheels were separate. These were like, these were $10 or $15 for 10. I can't remember exactly, but so not too bad. I mean, they're all reasonably priced, and you know, these are things you're going to need to be safe. I don't want to get anything in my eye, and I don't want to breathe any dust if I don't have to. So be safe, guys, and think about your well-being when you're doing these things. I know it's easy to forget to put safety glasses on and the dust mask and the gloves. I do it all the time. I forget, but I'm trying to be more conscious about it. And you know, they make some great products now. So let's put a little sanding wheel on it and see how it cleans up the metal. Stand by. So here's the basic kit that I got from Harbor Freight. This was on sale for like $5. It just gives you a short description on what it comes with. It's a 2-inch. I think you can run 3-inch on this die grinder, but I think 2 inches is standard. Pretty sure. I'll have to look into it some more. But let's open it up, mess around with some of these, and then we'll mess around with a couple of these. Just see what we got going on here. Maybe cut something. Stand by. All right, guys, let's check out some of these little pads I got from, this is the little kit that I got from Harbor Freight. Came with the adapter. And this is a little one that I got off of Amazon. And then all these came from Amazon. These are very similar, basic design. They're both flexible. These say up to 30,000 RPM, so I'm assuming that these disc pads that came with them are all good up to 30,000 RPM. I'm not sure. I would assume so. So let's put one of these on and see how it cleans up the metal. Stand by. All right, so you just want to loosen up your chuck here. This is already loose, and when you go to tighten it, I just put your 1/2-inch wrench here and your 11/16 wrench here, and you tighten it up. So we'll put it in. Tighten this up. Probably want to just get it nice and snug, like so. All right, guys, so we've got our adapter on there, and let's pick one of these. They're all different styles here. Let's start with this one. This feels like a pretty heavy-duty grit. Doesn't say on there, you can't see it, but it looks like maybe it's 100. And, let's see, this is probably 100. Yeah, that's 100 grit. There should be a 60 grit in here somewhere. Maybe that's the 60. Let's start with 60. And just screw that on. Get it nice and snug. There we go. All right, so I've got some old metal that we pulled out of Rusty. Let's clean up some of this here and here. See how that cleans up. And then we'll go ahead and use these holes that we created here to do some tack welds. Maybe we'll just butt that right on there, onto there for some practice. Stand by. All right, guys, let's see how this works. Wow. Man, that's fast. That's a 60 grit. Let's try a 100. This is the 60, I think. This is the 100. Alright guys, there it is. Cleans up pretty fast. I mean, I'm sure once I get used to what pads to use on what speed and metal, it'll go quicker, but that was got 60 grit on there on high speed on 25,000. Freaking ate right through it. Really nice. I mean, that looks brand new. Nice clean surface to weld to. So this thing's going to be super handy on all kinds of you know, cleaning up prep for welding. I mean, just imagine being able to get in here, back here in the battery tray area, once we cut all this stuff out, and we can just clean it up real quick. It's gonna be nice. All this stuff, but wherever we're gonna be cutting and welding new pieces, this thing's gonna come in. I mean, you can cut with it too. You can put the cutter on there, cutting wheel, and you can cut your piece, and then put the pad on there and clean it. Boom, you're good to go. So that's gonna be awesome. All right guys, stand by. All right guys, I got the two pieces set up over here, got the table cleared off, and we're just gonna do a quick little test, spot weld test, and see how I can see how I do. It's actually been a couple weeks since I used this last, so hopefully I remember what I'm doing over here. All right guys, let's see if we can just fill in these spot welds real quick. This is the original piece. These are original sheet metal out of Rusty, so we're just using these as test. Probably should have cleaned these up a little bit more, but let's see what happens. And let's get everything turned on. Turn the gas on. And some guys were just saying, just crack that open just a little bit. Looks like our pressure should be good. Well, we did get some penetration, but it's pretty nasty. I'm thinking maybe it's because this just isn't getting a good ground, because I needed to clean it up some more. I need to start on some fresh metal, cleaner metal. Stand by. All right, so I've got some more flat strips here that we were using last time. Let's see if we can get those two cleaned up. This is just so we're just learning how to weld here, guys. Never welded before. My first time welding was a few weeks ago when I tested it out on these pieces. If you saw that video, you know, this was my first welds here. And I thought for my first time was actually pretty good. I cleaned these up really good, but what I was wanting to do was try and do it with the holes like a spot weld. So let me see if I can get those two cleaned up. We'll use the new die grinder to clean them up real quick, and maybe drill a couple holes in them. See how that goes. Stand by. Looks pretty good. It's got that nice and had some burrs on there. Knocks off pretty good. All right, let's see if we can tack weld those. See what happens.
Hey, I think I'm starting to get it just a little bit. Let's try it one without a hole, without the hole.
All right, guys, I think I was just starting to get it a little bit here at the end. I know I need to play with my wire speed, the gas, and just overall technique, obviously. But that's what I'll be doing. I'm going to keep practicing, and eventually we're going to go for the real thing and start putting on some panels. So be patient with me, guys. This is my first time. I just want to make sure I'm somewhat know what I'm doing before I actually start trying to put panels on Rusty. I've been watching a lot of videos, and I don't know if you've seen my buddy Mike F in Garage. He's doing a pretty cool project now. He's got a split window bus, and he's ripping out a ton of rust and panels, and he's going to be showing us how it's done. Also, my buddy Mick, he is working over there with Skinner Restorations, and he just put out an amazing video with some pretty good detail on how to do this stuff. So stick around and watch as we progress. So stay tuned, guys. Okay, well, this is my first attempt really at spot welding. Probably doing it totally wrong, but we'll get there. I'm going to keep studying and practicing. Hopefully, you know, in a few weeks, after doing some more research and studying and just practicing, I'll start to figure it out. It just takes time. I'm not too worried about it. I got plenty of time, so we will get there eventually, and then we'll be able to start actually welding the pieces onto Rusty. I mean, this stuff takes time, guys. You know, once you figure it out, then it kind of starts to snowball, but there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle, and it's all about the journey. Just have fun and learn and enjoy yourself, and along the way. And then, you know, I'm amazed that I've come this far, really. Just doing it part-time, a couple hours a week. I just have fun learning the, you know, getting the tools, buying new tools and learning how to use them. And, you know, I know there's a lot of things up in the air right now, but it's all going to come together. I don't exactly have a formula for doing all this stuff, guys. This is all new to me, so I know it may seem a little, you know, scattered, the engine here and the this and that, but it's kind of like you have to take this thing apart and everything's connected. Along the way, you come across some obstacles that you have to overcome, but that's just part of the experience, guys. I'm real excited. I've got some pretty cool news. 2020 is going to be awesome, guys, so stay tuned. Hang in there with me. Let's see, I thought maybe it'd be fun to just fit this metal back in the front. I think I've done it once before, but let's try it again. It's been a while. Let's see how it fits. Stand by. All right. This is the front floor, the dog legs, and the seat pedestals. I picked up this sheet metal from Wolfsburg West. Probably been a few months now, but it's gonna go in eventually. It's just taking time, guys. But it's kind of fun just to kind of fit it into place and see what it's gonna look like eventually. Basically it. Obviously it's got to be fit in there, but let's see if we can get the seat pedestal to sit there for a minute. And I might have mentioned it previously, but my buddy Mike Mike effing garage. He is currently doing all this to his bus, so it'll be a good learning experience once he starts doing his. Let's see, I got some self-tapping screws. Maybe we'll screw that in there and see, temporarily see what it looks like. All right, I got some little self-tappers. I don't know if these are long enough, but we'll find out. Maybe we can just get it held into place so we can fantasize a little bit about it. That'd be nice. All right, let's see, how would we... I'm not sure exactly where that needs to go. I'm assuming it's something like that. Something like that. Right there. Can we get a screw on that? Let's see. All right, let's see if we can get a little screw in there just to hold it temporarily. We're just kind of doing a little test fit here. I don't even know if there's any material behind that to catch on to. Let's see. Or if that's even close to the right spot. I think it is. I think it's pretty close. Let's see if I can get a screw in there. Oh lordy. Let me pre-drill a hole into this thing. Hold on. All right, we'll get a little starter hole started here and see if that helps. I don't know. Is this silly, guys? I mean, I feel like you kind of want to, especially when you've never done it before, you kind of want to get it in there and see how things fit. I'll do a couple different spots just in case. That should be good for now. All right, let's try it again. Somewhere in there, I'm assuming, somehow, somewhere in there. Yep. somewhere right there. I should have put a little, I don't know where it's going to end up here, I guess is the problem. You guys can laugh. Feel free to laugh. I'm sure this is totally wrong here, but we should be in the ballpark, I think, at least. I don't know, something like that maybe. Look, this piece is so chewed up. If I have this replacement piece, I might just need to take that whole piece out and replace it. That goes about right there. I can see the old marks. And this goes about right there. I can see the old marks on this one too. That's pretty close. But let's see if we can get that screw in there. Come on. There we go. Right there. Somewhere right in there. Oh yeah. Oh. Okay. So, are we close? I think so. There are some marks there where we took the old one out. So you can kind of see, it's hard to tell, but I've covered it up now, but there's some, that's pretty close. So I just got it tacked in there with one screw. I could put another one in if I need to, but I don't think I need to right now. You can see how bad that piece is behind it. So it's holding. Is it off a little bit? Probably. But on this side, oh, let's see. You can see here, see where the old, that's where it was welded before, and that's this piece right here. And then the other piece is underneath it here. So if this goes up, and there's this here, that lip here, see it? So let me get that. Let me maneuver that into place. Hold on. Let's see if we can find the sweet spot on this one. You can kind of see it. I'm not sure how well the new panels line up, but they look pretty close. So somewhere right there, somewhere right in there is where, you know, give or take a ½ inch or a centimeter or something. It's, you know, that I'm going to have to work with, figure out where exactly it needs to go. Clean this line up a little bit. We're not going for concourse here, guys. We're just going for as close as we can get it. As close as we can get it for someone that's done this for the first time. So that's kind of cool actually. That one screw is holding it in back there. So maybe I'll put another screw on the back side here just to hold it in place. I think that is pretty close. Let's see if we close the door, if it closes it all. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. You can see it kind of goes down here. So maybe I'm a bit low on the front here. The front could probably come up a little bit. I'm a bit too low. If that came up a little bit, we'd probably be pretty close. So let me get this back in, tied in. Let me put a screw on the back side here, right here. And then we'll go back and lift that front up a little bit. Stand by. All right. I'm trying to do this while holding the camera. Okay. All right. Now, is that exactly where it needs to be? I have no idea. It's close though. Pretty close. You can kind of see the original line there. And we're pretty close. Stand by. All right, let's reposition that front screw just a little bit up. See if we can get a little more height out of it. Get this. Guess we need to go up just a little bit if we can. Come on, screw. Oh, you know what I need? Saw them on Amazon. I've seen other guys use them. They got little, you drill the hole and then they put them in there and it holds the weld in place. Forget what they call them. Hi. All right. Can we go up? Now, obviously, this original door and this panel aren't going to fit perfectly. This might have to be moved around, hit up a little bit and there, here and there, but you know, how do you want to you gotta find that sweet spot, I guess. Try to get as close as you can. don't think I'm gonna find the sweet spot today, but we're close. We are close. There's something hitting back here, so this would have to come back off. I'd have to bang it out a little bit. And I think I'm gonna replace that piece anyway, the piece that's behind it. Yeah, see, it's just pushing that piece in because it's so deteriorated. I was trying to go just a little bit above it, but it's not really letting me. Because it's in such bad shape. It's in such bad shape, Captain. If I could get my drill, if my drill was a lot more slimline, can't even get it. There we go. All right. It's a little bit better. A little bit better. Looks weird seeing that new metal against all the rust. Okay. Not bad for an amateur. I think we could come up a little bit more here. Just a little bit. You know, that's one of these things you're just gonna have to play around with and find that sweet spot. But that's pretty close. I'm not sure if this is supposed to bend over this. I'm not sure. Let me I'm assuming this, you bend this over this crease right here. Or maybe the seat pedestal covers it. Hold on, let me look. All right, let's see how this seat pedestal fits in here. You got the floor sitting in there. And like I said, we're gonna need some slight adjustments here and there. This went somewhere right in here. And I think this bends over this area. I'm not sure exactly. All right. So, I mean, that's basically it right there. There's a little piece of metal here I gotta get out of here so this will fit better. And then Something like that, I think. And maybe the front floor goes after the dog. Not sure. I'm not sure if the floor is supposed to be on top of this. Or if this goes on top. I think the floor goes on top of this, but I'll have to find out. Obviously this will be bang this back and clean this up and weld it right there. And you weld it back here. And you weld it under there. And then you gotta figure out how this goes. Anybody want some ice cream? Yeah, ice cream truck drives around in December in Florida. So yeah, let's see how the door closes with the seat pedestal in there. Yeah, it just doesn't really even touch the seat pedestal. I guess it's so the trick is just figuring out the right fitment. This here, I remember, that gets knocked over. You bang that little lip over. I remember that. The one part I don't remember is this part. If this is banged over too. I'm assuming these two pieces get welded together somehow. Well guys, I mean, it seems like a pretty good fit just for the, my first attempt really at taking a look at this. Obviously you're probably gonna have to bang and pound and knock a little bit here and there to get the fitment just right. But wow, look at that. I mean, it's just awesome. And then I gotta figure out how to paint it, First I gotta get all the pieces that we're gonna weld to, the original pieces, get those cleaned up and any little pieces replaced that we need to, possibly that piece back there, and getting this all cleaned up. I don't know if we're going to be able to do anything with this or not. That looks like a huge project. I'm not sure if I'm quite up to that task yet, but maybe just get these in here and tack them a couple places here and there, get everything in, and put the pedals and everything in. Tack them just enough so that they hold strong, but not do a complete weld all the way around. And figure out how we're going to paint them, do stuff like that, Get the engine done, get the transmission in, get all that stuff done, the brakes and everything, and drive it for a little while. And then, you know, if everything seems like it's fitting properly and it's in its place, then we can move on. But I don't know. Just kind of talking out loud here a little bit, guys. Lots to do. There are many, many projects on this. Many pieces to the puzzle. I mean, the front suspension alone is going to be a project. We're going to replace as much of this as we can, get it cleaned up, and so that when we're driving down the road, it has a nice solid steering feel, and it's as safe as it can be. I mean, these old vehicles aren't very, you know, they're not really safe. So you want them to be able to stop and drive and steer as good as possible. But lots to do, lots to do. We have so much to do. Hang in there with me, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming back every week and watching and commenting and liking. You know, I'm learning. Hopefully some of you guys are learning, and we all appreciate everyone that's teaching. There's some great teachers out there. You guys keep it up. Thank you so much. See ya.